Due to the recent announcement of Sonic X Shadow Generations, still can't believe Sega made the ship canon. I thought to myself, was Sonic Generations as good as I remember? If you didn't know, Sonic Generations was the first game I've ever played, and it's probably my most played game of all time. This game was made for the 20th anniversary of Sonic, and celebrated all his past games in one big $20 package. If I know Sega at all, the remaster is going to be $70 for the base game, and your firstborn son for the deluxe edition, with a minifigure you're not getting. The game starts off with Sonic going for a joyrun in Green Hill when a mysterious threat takes him by surprise. Cutting to the present, it's Sonic's birthday and all his friends are here. Tails, being Sonic's best friend, gives him a chili dog. You see, it's special since it's wrapped. Don't mind the sack of chili dogs right there. This party gets really interrupted by the same threat Sonic saw and proceeds to trap all his friends in a state of limbo. Sonic wakes up in a strange white place with no other option but to start running. Beating the level frees Tails from limbo. Sonic starts rapid firing references to really hammer in the fact that this is a celebration of his past games. With nothing else to do, Sonic runs to the next stage. Sonic appears and greets Tails before running to the next stage as well. After a couple stages, Sonic heads over to a boss gate. There he sees a younger version of himself and plays around like it's a funhouse mirror. Suddenly, the Sonic in the mirror runs off and goes to fight the boss, leaving this Sonic confused. When this boss is defeated, Eggman gets abducted by the strange threat from before and is taken away. Okay, so you're probably wondering, why are there two Sonics? Well, it's revealed this whole time they were traveling through time and space, explaining the remix stages from older games and a younger version of the Blue Blur. From this point forward, I'll be referring to him as Classic Sonic and him as Modern Sonic. Now knowing the threat that has to be beaten, the two Sonics race on, running through levels, restoring the world, and saving their friends from limbo. Along the way, the Chaos Emeralds are found to be used for later. Modern Sonic goes to battle Modern Eggman. Just for clarification, the Eggman that got kidnapped before was Classic Eggman. It doesn't matter anyway, because this Eggman gets abducted too. Final boss time! Classic and Modern Sonic get ready to square up with the mysterious threat, also known as a Time Eater. The Time Eater is being controlled by the two Eggmen that were previously kidnapped. After Modern Eggman lost to Sonic in the previous game, he is sent floating through space and happens upon the Time Eater. Modern Eggman squads up with his past self and starts destroying the world, leading to the current events. Both Sonics run at him and immediately die. Plot armor kicks in and the Sonics go into their super form, starting the most annoying boss fight in Sonic history. Not because the boss is bad, but because Sonic's friends will not shut up! It looks like a homing shot! Be careful, Sonic! Switch and go after him! With friends like this, who needs enemies? Like seriously, I need an option to toggle the voices off in the remaster. Forgetting all that, they win. The world is restored, Classic Sonic goes back to his time, leaving both Eggman in limbo, because why not? In Sonic Generations, there are two main playstyles. Classic Sonic is focused more on 2D platforming, with an emphasis on building speed and maintaining it throughout the level. He's equipped with the Spin Dash, which allows him to rev up and speed through a given section. Modern Sonic is a mix of both 3D and 2D gameplay, with a smaller emphasis on platforming, and a higher emphasis on quick reaction time and memorization. This Sonic has more tools in his arsenal compared to Classic Sonic, those being the Stomp, Quick Step, Drift, Slide, Wall Jump, Lightspeed Dash, and the main one being the Boost. This gauge on the bottom left allows Sonic to gain a quick burst of speed at the press of a button. There are 9 main zones in the game with a level for both Sonics, making 18 levels in total. Each group of 3 zones comes from a different era of games, those being the Classic Era, Adventure Era, and Modern Era. Each group of zones takes their rival battles and boss battles from their respective era as well. Along with the 18 main levels, there are 90 bite-sized challenge levels, with 45 going to each Sonic. Now that we've gone over the basic structure for the game, I get to talk about how amazing these stages are. I don't know where these level designers came from, but they decided to cook up the most exquisite set of levels I've ever seen. These weren't ordinary people. No, these are fallen angels that decided today is a day to bless Sonic fans everywhere. I can't talk about this game without bringing up its amazing modding community. There's 13 years worth of amazing mods out there that add near endless replayability to the game. It's insane how much support this game has gotten from the community, as it's still getting modded to this day. Okay, look, I'll give you an example. You see this? Just Mario, not that impressive. When I start moving, you can see that Mario 64 was decompiled and coded into Sonic Generations to have one-to-one physics to the original. I shouldn't have to point out how insane this is. Alright, another example. Sonic Unleashed was never ported to PC, and its performance suffered on its native consoles. A team remade the level from that game in Sonic Generations, and with a bunch of add-on mods, now plays and looks identical to Sonic Unleashed. There's even original stages to play. I might not have to get the remaster. Modders will already have all the new content ported to the original before I can get my hands on it. This game is amazing. I recommend it to everyone, and yes, Sega, you can have my firstborn child. I want the deluxe edition for Sonic X Shadow Generations, and I know I'm not getting the minifigure.